Hello beautiful people, it's Robyn Thomas here with Resemble Me by Robyn. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so as you can see by the title, I'm going to be doing some Marley twists on my client, and we are going to be using 3 different brands of hair. So the first one is Tasha Braiding Soft Touch Marley twist hair. And honestly, she just she waits till the last minute to get stuff. So she just gets whatever she can get, and we just make it work. She was very apologetic, but yeah. And mostly a lot of Marley hair is pretty much the same. There are like really small differences between them. It's all in preference. But yeah, so she bought all of these from the local beauty supply store. And so the second one we're using is Rasta Free. Afros. It's something, I don't think it says Marley. It says like Mumbo or something type of hair. And then the third one we are going to be using is Marley Braid Twin. So this is the purple pack. This is normally what people use or what people bring if they forget to order the hair that I like to use online. But that is the hair that we have that's pretty local. That's another little bundle of it that we had from last time. But yeah, so I'm going to be installing her Marley twist with 3 different brands of hair. As you can see, there isn't such a huge difference in them, but there definitely are some minor differences that some people who are picky may be like, oh, I like this brand because of this, or I like this because of this. So this one was a lot, it was rougher than the other 2. So Tasha's was rougher than the other 2, but I would say like the thickness of all 3 of them are pretty much the same. This one, luster, is shinier than the other 2, but again, the thickness of the density of the strands for all 3 of them are about the same. So it's shinier, the luster of it is shinier, and it's softer. So Rasta Free is probably my favorite of these because it is more afro-y and the luster is more dull, kind of like our hair. Our hair isn't really like shiny like that. You can see her hair right there. It's not like super shiny or anything. So, and it, like I said, it's a little more afro-y. So those are really the only main differences between the 3, and you can kind of see them. So the one on the right, who is that on the right? I think it's probably Tasha's. There's a little or the one in the middle is a little inconsistent with the pattern of the Marley hair, and you guys can see that. And then the one on the right, like I said, is shinier, and it has a deeper ridges. That's what I'm gonna call them, like deeper ridges or deeper waves than the other 2 hairs. So y'all, if y'all can look at this video and say, oh, she put some more red box sprays in, no baby, this was last year. It has been over a year. Like, I feel like this appointment was maybe in June or July, and I really want to say June. I feel like it was right when I got back from my vacation. So yeah. Oh, and I'm also showing right here that the hair is like extremely long, so I'm just trying to make it match with the other hair so it's not looking like too crazy. So I'm just gonna cut off a little bit of it. And plus, she didn't want it, I mean, we want long, but she doesn't want like butt scraping, hip scraping long, just like waist length to maybe grazing her butt, but nothing that's like sitting on her butt and on her hip. She didn't want that long. But yeah, so like I was saying, I recorded this install back when she had this appointment, which is back in, I believe, June. And so I do not remember exactly where I put what hair which twist I used for what hair, or for what section. But what I can say is the outcome is beautiful. You've seen in the beginning, so it gives it a slight, a very slight versatility, as opposed to like the brand that I love to use is Cuban Twist Marley hair. The double strand Marley hair is going to be very consistent throughout, so using the different hairs like we're using today gives it a little bit of variety, you know what I'm saying, for the install. So think about like when you're putting your 2-strand twist in, and you have some sections of your hair that's a little tighter curl, you have another section that's a little looser, or one that's more defined, one that's not more defined. So it kind of make your install unique to yourself, like your own hair. Like somebody be like, oh my gosh, how did you get your hair like that? It's like just water and oil and twisted it. It's like, man, I can't get mine like that. It's like, well, because y'all have different types of hair. You know what I'm saying? So this is what this install put me in the mind of, basically having a variety of twists. So she had like some shiny parts sticking out. She had some that where the hair was a little bit, I can't remember which one, please forgive me, where it was a little more, it almost kind of had a really loose wave within the Marley twist. So it wasn't like a straight twist all the way down, but had kind of like a wave to it, like a little texture after the twist was installed. So that was really pretty as well. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and get started. I am going to be installing. And again, I am so sorry, I can't remember, and I'm not even going to try to pick my brain to figure out, okay, what was I using? I think I went in order from the order that I showed you all, but I also think like the bottom row I used the 3 different types of hair just to show, my mind said, okay, I'm gonna show the 3 different types of hair and how they look, and then I'll I don't know. So look, see, I thought I started with a different brand with the Tasha brand, but maybe I'm starting with Rasta Free. I don't know. I'm still prepping the hair. Like I said, this video was recorded over a year ago. But what I can say too is, if you are like at the hair store or something, or you go to search for Marley hair and you just cannot seem to find the same brand that has, say, the color that you want, like the specific color, but there are different brands that have specific colors. Marley Twist hair there isn't such a huge difference. The biggest difference that I've seen in Marley Twist hair is the hair that I like to use, which is the Cuban hair. It is the thickest, fluffiest, afroiest, lowest lustered Marley hair, and I just love that because it blends with us. But any like type of, and you can find it in stores. I say that because of what I'm about to say. You can find it in stores, but it's very scarce here in San Diego. But the hair, she bought all of these packs at local beauty supplies. So the local beauty supply store hair, or what you may find locally, there isn't really much of a difference. So don't fret if that's what's on your mind. So if you want to put them all in different places over your head, like mix it up so that it doesn't look like, oh, well, this section has a shinier luster than the rest of my head or whatever, you can mix it all throughout. Again, I absolutely cannot remember what I did for her install, like how I decided to do that part. So I'm going to stop talking, and we are going to get started with doing her hair. And yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoy this install. Well, this actually took me about 4 hours to do. I've gotten like quick. So my medium long Marley twist now take about 3.5 hours. Right, and honestly, like really 3 to 3.5, depending on the density of the client's hair. So her hair is like super thick, so it'll take me about 3.5 hours these days to complete Marley twist on her thickness of hair. And she has pretty blunt ends, meaning that I have to take time to really tuck those to make sure those ends aren't sticking out within her install. So I hope that you all enjoy this. I'm going to come at the end to kind of talk a little bit more, but enjoy this install. And yeah. All right, so from this part right here, I can tell that I didn't mix, that I started, the bottom was Rasta Free, the bottom was, yes, Rasta Free, the middle was Tasha K, and now I am going in with the purple pack hair. I saw that as I was watching this video after I edited. So yes, I started in the back with, again, the Rasta Free hair, probably thinking I want the afro-y hair to be more around the perimeter. And then, or I don't know, I say that, but then I say that I end with the one whose luster is a little bit more shinier. But from what I can tell, that is what I did. So I started with Rasta Free hair at the bottom, and then I went to Tasha K in the middle, and then I went to the purple pack of Marley hair. I call it the purple pack because that's what I tell my clients when they go inside. I'm like, get the purple pack. So, anywho. As always, I'm ending the style with the Roots Moisture Mist, which is a rose water mixed with some essential oils there to help keep the scalp clean so that your hair is coming out nice and healthy and isn't like clogged up. It keeps the strands of your hair extremely moisturized without having to use a lot. Remember, you do not have to drench your hair, but you definitely do need to make sure that you are doing daily moisture on your hair so that while in the protective style, so that when you take your protective style down, it isn't dry and brittle and isn't broken. Okay, so make sure too that when you're spritzing, you're not only focusing on your scalp, but you're focusing on the shaft of your hair as well, to where you believe that your hair ends. That bottle had just started like messing up on me, which is why you see me spraying, then pull and spray, pull, spray, pull. I had just really got in the habit of doing that. But yeah, so always make sure that you are moisturizing your hair on a daily to, again, keep your hair moisturized so that whenever you go to take your protective styles in, your actual hair isn't breaking from lack of moisture while you had your protective style in for 4 to 12 weeks, sometimes. I then go in with my Roots Hair and Body Oil Enhance. So this one has the enhanced oil has some essential oils that help stimulate hair growth, stimulate blood circulation within your scalp to again help to keep your scalp clean and free of dandruff, so that your hair can freely break through your scalp and grow. A lot of times our hair is stunted because we have that notion of dirty hair grows faster when that's not the case. What it is you're not manipulating your hair, which is leaving your hair at a resting state, which is helping your hair to do what it does. Our hair is always growing. We just have to retain the length. Okay, so using the right products throughout your protective style that are not heavyweight, that are moisturizing and super absorbent, are going to be very important and detrimental to the health of your hair whenever you come out of your braids. So if you did want to purchase some products, I will leave the direct link to my products in the description box below. It's also on resembleme.robyn.com, and you just click on the products tab. I have Roots Moisture Mist, I have Roots Hair and Body Oil, and I have Roots Hair and Body Oil Enhance. So I have 3 products for you all to choose. Most times people get the mist and the oil as a combo. The oil lasts for a really good amount of time. I always tell my clients, just as a rule of thumb, about every 3 days. Okay, about every 3 days, start in the middle of your hair so they can kind of run down your scalp. A lot of times we waste products because we use so much and that we don't have to use my products. My clients are normally able to use my products, or they normally have to restock on the mist before they have to buy another oil, because it is so good and it is absorbing into the hair as opposed to sitting on top of the hair. They also realize that they don't have to wash their hair as often as they would if they were using other products or other gels and pomades and oils and other type of sealants and things like that. Okay, so it helps for the longevity of your scalp not itching, the longevity of your hair looking very nice and neat, and prolonging those wash days. But those wash days are very, very, very important, and it's something that you should keep in your routine. Okay, but using the right products in between your wash days are very, very important, so that when you do come to your wash day, you're not having to roughly wash your hair and having to mess with the neatness of it. You're not having to like scrape and scratch at your scalp because you have so much dandruff. So my oil, the consistency of my oil is very similar to the consistency of the sebum or the natural oil that comes out of our scalp. Okay, which means that it's not heavy, which means that it's going to absorb into your scalp very, very, very well. So again, I have those products available on resembleme.robyn.com. There is very fast shipping, and it is very, very, very so much worth it. My clients absolutely love these products after using them. Most of the time they don't go back to nothing else because they're just so great, and they choose them along with whatever it is that they're needing. Some clients have like problem areas, like around their edges, their nape, or in their crown, so the enhanced oil is really, really great for that. If you don't necessarily have problem areas, or like super duper itchy flaky scalp, then you may not need enhance and you can go with the regular oil. The consistency of both is the same. Whatever it is that you're needing out of your oil is what helps determine which one you need to get. But again, my rule of thumb is to mist your hair every day with the mist, then go in about every 3 days with the oil, give or take. So if you feel like if your scalp is just one of those scalps that just itches, sometimes it itches off of the irritation of the hair, the foreign hair that's put in, you may need to go to every 2 days. If you don't need it, but I won't say do more than 3 days, because you're going to want to make sure that your hair is moisturized. There are things that we do in our everyday walking life, or waking life, that we don't even realize that affects our hair. You know what I'm saying? So let's just make sure we are doing what we need to do while our protective style is in, and make sure that it's protecting, so that when we take it out, we're able to retain the length that we have grown and retain the length that we had prior to our install. So again, I'll leave that link in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope it was helpful for you. If you're trying to figure out what type of hair to use for your Marley install, or if somebody is out of a certain type of hair, can I mix these textures? Yes, you can. It'll give it a little bit more personality. Don't be worried so much about that. It's afro-y type hair, so it's going to blend really well. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. I would love for you to come back. I do informational videos. Sometimes I do start to finish videos, but I'm a teacher at heart, so most of the times you're going to be learning something while you're watching these videos. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share it to somebody who may need it, who are thinking about doing Marley twists in their hair, or somebody who, again, is trying to figure out, I don't know if I should do a whole bunch of different brands, or what will it come out to look like, or whatever. Share this with them, and I say like this. Leave a comment letting me know that you like it, and then again, subscribe if you're new here. And for my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for sticking with me. I hope that you have been enjoying the content. And I hope to bring you more. If there's anything that you're wanting me to present to you all, leave it in the comments so that I can keep it in my mind. So that, for instance, if a client comes in and I remember, oh, I saw that comment and this person has this problem, or they were wondering this, and I can address this through this client. I ask that client, hey, can I record this for my YouTube channel? Yada, yada, yada. Leave that so I can know what it is that you guys want to see from me, or whatever it is that I can give you all. I don't schedule my appointments off of a request from YouTube, but if there is some way that I can record something for you guys to be able to teach you, or to show you my method or my way of doing it, I will be glad to do that. You just got to let me know, okay? So like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you beautiful people next time. Enjoy the rest of the video. Peace and blessings.